Hello there everybody, and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. We are now on our final day of spring, and we are also at the day of the Animal Festival. I got a pop-up when I woke up in the morning. I wasn't quite prepared to record, so I didn't get it on recording, but essentially it basically just says, hey, that big rock that was in the way near Souffle Farm is now gone, and we can access the Brownie Ranch area. So that area becomes accessible as soon as this festival starts. Alternatively, you could have broken it down with your hammer, but it probably would have taken a really long time, so I chose just to wait. I played a couple of games off screen without you guys, and I got a couple of things accomplished. As you can see here, I've stacked a couple bundles of ore for upgrading my tools. And I went ahead and I upgraded the hoe and the fishing rod. They were just at the bottom level, but I upgraded them to iron. So now, with the exception of the sickle, which we still do not have, all of our tools are now iron, and we're now ready to move them up to the next level, which is copper. I also grabbed a couple of extra things for our rainbows. I went fishing and I found a carp, which is required for one of our rainbows. And when I was mining, I had completely forgotten that a plain blue wonderful is used in another rainbow as well. So I picked up a non-sparkling piece and I just tossed it in here for future use. And the last thing I just want to clarify on is the omelet. Last video I had purchased it, but I wasn't entirely sure if it was going to be okay for the rainbow, and it is indeed okay just to buy this from Simon as is. I'm thinking of a different recipe. There's a different recipe for one of the rainbows, and it requires the dish to be worth a certain amount if you would go to ship it. But this is fine. This has no monetary value requirement attached to it. And I think that's pretty much it. You can see I've made quite a bit of money, and most of that came from mining. And I harvested the last of my turnips, and I just chose not to grow more. I didn't think I would have time for it. So I'm gonna have to fix my field. I'm gonna have to bust out the hoe and fix this for when summertime rolls around and I want to plant new crops and whatnot. And we have a letter in our mailbox. If I can check it, let's see what's inside. A letter from the general store. A restocking announcement. We now have a new product lineup. A variety of new products are available. Please come and visit. Okay. Well, obviously we can't do that today because it's a holiday. But we will certainly be making more trips to the general store in the future. So let's head on over to the festival. It doesn't actually start until 9 a.m., so I'm just going to go up to the mining district here and loop around to Souffle Farm. Pick up a couple of herbs. I most likely won't be doing much in terms of money production today, so I'll just get what I can. We're mainly going to be focusing on this new area that we're going to unlock. Unfortunately, because it's a festival, we're not able to check out the store that's there, and I think we're also locked out of meeting certain characters. But nonetheless, it's something new. And if we remember, the giant rock that was blocking the path was just right here, and this is going to be the Brownie Ranch district. So as you can see, this place is massive. Very beautiful though, very scenic. And we've arrived just in time for the start of the festival. Welcome to the Animal Festival. We'll be judging your animals throughout the day and decide who will be this year's winner. While we're deliberating, please enjoy all of the great food and items on sale. So this is of course a festival that we really can't take part in because we don't have any animals. So this lady here, Hannah, this is obviously someone that we haven't met. Somebody that lives here on the Brownie Ranch property, but we can't actually formally meet her because she's at a festival. We're gonna have to come back and talk to these people a little bit later. But we can speak to her, and it looks like she's selling some products here from animals. So you have yarn, butter, cheese, and mayonnaise. And I can't think about if we actually need any of these items. So I think I'm just going to sort of pass for now. Obviously, if we had our own animals, we could enter the festival and it would be a little bit more fun for us. But I think obviously by next year, we should have some animals that we can maybe put into competition. So this is sort of the middle of the area. And if we want to enter the animal contest next year, we know to talk to this guy here, whose name is Kane, and he'll register any animal for us. I think if we stick around, we could see their animals in show. Like they put their own animals in, but there's no other competition, so it's sort of pointless. Again, it's kind of an underwhelming festival for the first year, just because there is really nothing that we can do in terms of interactivity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go back to the start of the area, and we'll explore it a little bit. So when you walk in, to the right, we have the store. And this is where we are going to buy all of our animals, animal medicine, tools, food, all of that kind of stuff. Very important store, and we will of course come back at a later date when they are open and when it's not a festival day. There's a shipping bin here that we can use. And generally over in this area to the left will usually be a wide assortment of herbs. As you can see here, we're actually able to find one of pretty much every color. So let's pick these up and we can ship them. If you follow the path over to the left, you can kind of get a look around at some of the scenery. This area, like I said, is huge with a lot of open space to it. There's a wild boar here that we can talk to. I think there's also a rabbit in this area. A few wild animals. Do not lean forward to take a closer look at the sign. So this area is right on the cliff's edge, and even though we can see a dock and a beach down there, I don't think you ever actually get the opportunity to go down there. So what I'm doing now is I'm basically just following the left side of the map here along the cliff to get to the peak sort of area. There's a little map here you can look at if you want. We are now at the northernmost corner of the island. And this area, once again, too, will sometimes have a bunch of herbs and stuff lying around, so these two areas are good for foraging stuff. And then if you go back the other way and you head south on the right side of the map, you can see you'll eventually hit the road. It's basically one big circle, you can't really get lost, so it doesn't really matter what way you choose to explore this area. There really isn't a whole lot else to see. The one other really important thing that we don't want to miss out on, though, is that there is in fact another one of our trees in this area. We are going to talk to this harvest sprite and get yet another rainbow recipe. If I can... I was gonna say if I can find my watering can, and I just realized that I don't actually have my watering can on me today. And you have to water the flower in order to talk to the sprite, so... I think I had taken it out of my inventory to clear space when I was mining, and then I must have just forgotten to put it back. There's also another new character as well besides Kane and Hannah, but she doesn't attend the festival, and so we really have no choice but to just wait for another day to come by and meet her. So this is just sort of an introduction to this area, just a quick walk around of what you can find here. And we're going to come back, obviously. We're gonna meet some of the other characters. And we'll also make sure to bring our watering can next time. And hopefully next year, when the next animal festival rolls around, there's gonna be much more excitement to be had. And I do believe that opening that shortcut, or having that boulder be destroyed, will also give us access to officially meeting Kathy. We had seen her at the beginning of the game, and she had spoken to us and introduced herself, but she's not yet someone that we can formally talk to. And that was pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. Obviously tomorrow it's the start of a new month, so we're gonna have a whole bunch of really new and exciting things to look forward to. New festivals, we have some new crops that are going to be available to us. All of that sort of thing. I'm gonna pluck out some of these weeds since I have a lot of stamina. I still don't have the sickle, but I'm gonna clear these weeds out so that tomorrow I can properly get my field aligned here and I can plant some new crops that we have available to us in the summer season. And one of my followers mentioned, and I just thought I would bring this up again because I completely forgot, they wanted to remind me that weeds around your crops will actually make them grow slower. Now obviously I haven't done a lot with the weeds simply because I still don't have the sickle, and pulling them out by hand is just brutal. You can see it drains an incredible amount of stamina. But eventually, when I get the proper tools and I get them upgraded, I will be much more diligent about management of weeds and chopping down this little stump and these little trees that kind of pop up here and there. Because that's going to be important if we want to get the most out of our crops and to have them grow as quickly as possible. So let's just go ahead here. I'm going to grab my hoe to get that ready for tomorrow, and my watering can if I can find it. There it is. And just to see the fun summer transition that takes place the next morning, let's go to bed. And you'll see that we get this nice, friendly, happy transition into the summer season. And we can look on our calendar really quick and you can see that it's laid out the same, where it has 28 days. And we have a couple of festivals to look forward to this month. The Ocean Festival, the Firefly Festival, and then of course we have our monthly flea market as well. But for the most part, once again, there are a lot of space and time in between festivals and events and whatnot, so might be spacing out the videos a little bit more depending on what it is that I have to kind of show you guys and whatnot. I'm gonna end the video here, but we will probably just pick up right at this spot and start summer off and get our crops planted and whatnot. The first day of a new season is always very busy and always very exciting, so we're going to do that. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.